Someone's financial freedom is standing directly on the other side of their shame. I'm getting here specifically that there's somebody who has been working really hard and putting words of affirmation out, okay? Balancing their energy, calling their energy back, all right? Demanding the best things out of every situation, okay? But I'm getting here specifically that there's shame tied to your financial abundance and your financial freedom. So there are different aspects of yourself that you might need to tap into or to heal in order to manifest this financial freedom, okay? But it's not going to be easy because it's attached to your shame. I'm not exactly sure how this applies to you, but I'm going to pull some more cards so that we can get more in depth. So just stick around. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Belle, your OrchidMantis Oracle, and here I give messages every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. These messages are not to convince you, but to help guide you through healing along your spiritual journey with patience and precision. For our angels, immediately we have the angel of knowledge, we have the angel of vision, and then we have the angel of beauty, of course. Like, what the heck? Okay, so immediately I'm getting here from this angel of knowledge, okay? There's a lot of things that, or memories that you have that is attached to this shameful version of yourself, okay? This could be childhood trauma. This could be situations in your adulthood that you faced that made you feel a little bit ashamed or made you feel like you had to go outside of your truth to coexist with the people around you, okay? I'm also getting here too that your knowledge specifically is tied to those memories, all right? This is the reason why when the divine gives you intuitive nudges to do things to bring in this financial freedom, sometimes you can't really grasp it because you have locked off some of your memory from these traumatic like times in your life. Things, girl, things attached to like your childhood memories and things like that. So it's like because you've blocked off some of these different aspects or timelines in your life, it makes it to where you can't hear your intuition properly so that you can do what your intuition needs you to do to call in this financial freedom, okay? But it's attached to shame. So maybe something that was going on that you went through that made you feel shameful, that's making it hard for you to like tap into those time frames and using those experiences to bring you in this abundance. Okay, I'm also getting here with this angel of visions, basically like you being in a, I'm getting somebody like putting a lot of energy into meditation. Like I'm getting someone here that decided to use meditation as a way to call in this financial freedom or this financial abundance. Okay, but I'm getting here that is the divine is trying to express to you that you put some sort of limitation on like your ambitions because of what you deem realistic and what you deem unrealistic. It's like someone being overly analytical about what they're asking the divine for, okay? Which is important to do to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's important for you to be a little bit airy in your manifestations, in your affirmations, okay? What you envision when you're envisioning, a financially free situation for yourself, okay? Don't just think of the $400,000 house that, you think is really nice in the housing development nearby. You know, make it bigger in your mind. Like, make the when you are like envisioning yourself, because this is what you should do, okay? When you're going to be manifesting through your meditative state, it's important for you to envision you sitting and being in that energy that you want to be in, that's attached to your financial freedom or whatever that might be, okay? So the divine is saying to be more dreamy. I'm getting here. Ask for more when it comes to this meditative state, because I don't know why I'm getting here somebody just like using this manifestation tool, like using meditation as a manifestation tool by envisioning themselves in the situation they want to be in. Okay, I'm getting the vibe saying you just need to make it bigger. Okay, don't, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It has to be what you truly want, what you truly desire, so that you can actually bring that in, rather than you trying to be realistic in these meditative states, and then you end up manifesting something of lower value. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're not dreaming big, okay? Specifically, dream big here, all right? I'm also getting here with this angel of beauty. Like, you have to understand that when you purify your thoughts and when you unlock these different traumas and things that's associated with shame, it makes you more beautiful physically. It makes you more alluring. It makes your energy more pure, okay? It makes it so that, like, you can attract all things, all right, good or bad. You know, you would need discernment to make sure that you're not attracting the wrong things. But at the same time, I'm getting here when you are envisioning yourself in a time frame that's better, you know, to you, or um, specifically like financially free. This is bringing you in this beauty, but you have to unlock this I'm getting specifically here. You have to be able to tap into these shameful memories that you have of the past in order to truly be able to unlock these manifestations, bring them into your vortex. Okay, let's go ahead and pull from our Star Tarot deck just a couple cards. We need to know when it comes to, okay, all right, so when it comes to this angel of knowledge, we have the Ten of Cups, okay, which is so crazy because the other video that I did on your financial freedom and you unlocking that, the Nine of Cups came out. So you might get something from that reading, but for this reading, for the angel of knowledge, we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting here specifically that, like, you have to use everything. Like, I'm getting somebody really tapping into their higher selves, okay, and trusting in their higher selves, trusting in those visions that your higher self sends you during these meditative states, okay. And instead of your higher self saying, I see you in a time frame where you're in the Ten of Cups and you have everything that will fulfill you internally, okay, not just externally but internally. You have to believe those visions and those premonitions and those dreams that come to you, because when you place doubt over those things and say, that's nice, but you push it further away from you. All right, I'm getting here specifically. What's up with this angel of visions? All right, we have the Empress coming out again. Yeah. So it's like your higher self really trying to work really hard with you. It's like I'm getting your higher self really taking a lot of time into, like, sending you these images of you being in this, like, time frame where you're, you know, financially free. You have the Queen of Swords, so you know what to push away from you. You know what to keep. You have the Queen of Cups, so you're emotionally balanced. Okay, you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. All right, and then you have the Queen of Wands, where you know where to take action from. You know how to take action. You can hear from the divine very clearly on what you should do and when you should do it. Okay, so it's like the divine is showing you these images of you in these time frames, even like in your dream state. But I'm getting here somebody just feeling like, you know, limited by their current circumstance and not understanding that, you know, the divine works in mysterious ways. And just because you wouldn't be able to necessarily see yourself in that situation, you don't know how the divine is going to put you in that situation. So you have to trust in your intuition. All right, and you have to trust in your higher self, because your higher self is not trying to trick you into accepting um, yourself in a different timeline, or your higher self isn't trying to make you believe that you will be in this timeline. It's the fact that they're trying to tell you that you are transitioning into that timeline, okay, if you can, you know, heal yourself to a certain extent. Okay, so it's like showing you where you will be instead of where you could be. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands here. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of energy surrounding the fact that this angel of beauty, okay, and you becoming more physically attractive, okay, outside of taking care of yourself, eating right, going to the gym, drinking your water. I'm getting here specifically you healing a lot of things that's associated with your heart. I'm getting you going and, like, releasing traumas, and, you know, even if you are going to a therapist, you're talking to somebody, okay, you're making sure that you're actually taking care of yourself. You're making sure that you're prioritizing yourself. You're not over giving from a cup that's half empty or empty. Okay, I'm getting that bringing this angel of beauty a lot closer to you, making because you're intern like inside, like your energy inside is being purified by you healing these shameful aspects of yourself. And I'm still not really getting exactly like what this shame is tied to. I'm still not exactly getting what this shame is tied to, but I am getting specifically that shame being tied to what you're able to believe that your higher self is showing you about yourself in the future, or where you have the potential to be at. All right. If you decide to say, okay, I'm not going to allow this shame to shackle me to this timeline. I'm going to accept what happened in the past, and I'm going to attempt to do things differently or communicate my feelings better. And that just healing you internally and allowing you to be able to receive more from your intuition, from the divine, and from your higher self. Okay. Let's see what we can get as far as like some advice. What's up with some advice when it comes to this angel of knowledge and this 10 of cups? Okay, we have initiation. Yes. So I'm getting the divine kind of like putting you in a situation that's going to test your faith. I'm getting the divine like testing you. So if you're a male, okay, I'm getting the divine kind of putting onto your heart to maybe approach someone. Okay. You could be, if you are male, you could be in the 9 of cups right now, and you want to manifest this 10 of cups for yourself, but it's like you're afraid to, say hello to that empress. You're afraid to approach that empress. Okay. I'm getting here the divine, like this is like your initiation. It's like if you can trust in me and the fact that I'm guiding you and I'm leading you, and you've worked on your energy enough to say, okay, I feel like my shadow self is not attracted to this person. I don't feel like my shadow is in a toxic way. How can I say this? It's like you saying, I've healed enough to know what my shadow is attracted to, and I've healed enough to know what my higher self is attracted to and what I should go towards. It's like telling the divine, yes, I acknowledge that energy. I am, or it's telling the divine that you are in that energy, but being afraid to approach someone that the divine puts in your eyesight. Okay. I'm getting here specifically that this could be tied to some sort of initiation. And then for feminine energy, I'm getting here specifically like if you're a feminine energy, the divine is trying to initiate you specifically when it comes to this financial freedom. I'm getting someone being intuitively led to apply for a position that you don't even think you're qualified for. It's like okay. So when it comes to this shame, right? I'm getting this feminine energy where you're because of the situations that's happened in your past, you've become very shameful. And because you don't want to, because you have this perfectionism about you, because you feel like if you start a job, you need to know the job's ins and out, you need to know everything. You don't want to look stupid, which is associated with shame. And getting here, you being intuitively led to apply for a job that you probably don't feel like you qualify for because of, the prerequisites and maybe the degree. Maybe you have a certificate but you don't have a degree, like, and you just feeling insecure about those things. And this is like your shadow trying to say, well, you can't do that, because if you apply for that and then you don't know everything, then you're going to be looking stupid. That's where the shame comes in at. Okay. Getting your higher self saying, hey, you don't need to know every single thing, but you have to be willing to learn. Okay. You can't get frustrated with yourself and other people. You have to know the right questions to ask. Okay. Apply for that position. All right. Two different energies for masculine and feminine, but that's just what I got. I'm getting here specifically when it comes to this angel of visions and this empress and this detoxify. I'm getting here that this is like when you are gonna tackle this shameful energy that you have about yourself, when you're gonna tackle these thoughts that make you feel inadequate, which is tied to your shame. This is you detoxifying your mind, your body, and your spirit, so that you're able to attract what's for you and not let it pass you by. Even though technically what's for you won't miss you, but at the same time, I'm getting here, you will feel a lot less pushback if you allowed your intuition to really speak to you and say, this is what you should do, regardless of if you feel like this person won't respond the way you want them to for masculine, and or just because you might not know every single thing about that occupation for my feminines, you still can do it. You still can learn who this person is and learn how to treat them. You don't have to be feeling like you need to know how to treat this person. For my masculines, you don't have to know exactly what to do or how to treat this person off of just meeting them. Okay, releasing that shame of not doing what you should be doing or doing it properly. All right. And then for my feminines, you just saying, okay, I can learn, I'm willing to learn, I'm open, I'm receptive, and I'm ready to be a student. You know what I'm saying? All right. But for my feminine energy, okay, I'm getting here specifically that once you tackle this shame, this is how you detoxify these negative thoughts that you have about your abilities and what you're capable of doing. All right. What's up with this angel of beauty and this eight of wands? This energy about you healing these shameful aspects of yourself and allowing yourself to be a student, and not always feeling like you have to be the teacher, and that healing you internally, that healing that inner child in you, that healing that inner teen, and that assisting your intuition with communicating properly with your higher self, bringing out this beauty about you, this physical beauty, this spiritual beauty, this allure. All right, I'm getting here specifically. What's up with this energy when it comes to the eight of wands? Let's get some advice for that. All right, so we have abundance. Okay, how could I make this up? I can't. Okay, so it's like, I don't know. It's like this angel of beauty that's around you, that's allowed to be more, like allowed around you more, because of the fact that like you've tapped in and you've like healed these different aspects of yourself, and your energy is so attractive. I'm getting here. And it's like once you're healing these different shameful aspects of yourself, or times, or healing these times in your life that made you feel ashamed, that made you feel inadequate, I'm getting the angel of beauty just calling in this abundance for you, and it being more than you even expected. Okay, let's pull from our Kemetic deck. Let's pull from our Kemetic deck and see what we can get. What's up with this initiation? Okay, yes. So I'm getting here specifically like with this angel of knowledge and our Ten of Cups and our initiation, whatever your intuition is leading you to do, whether it's apply for that position or reach out to that feminine, for my masculine, I'm getting here that it's going to be a lot more successful than you think. This person is going to, if you're a masculine, this person is going to welcome you with welcome arms into their energy. It's going to be very easy for you two to communicate with each other about what you guys want and what you don't want for a romantic situation, a relationship. I'm getting here specifically for this feminine energy, right? When you go and you take up this position, you apply for this position, you still might be a little bit nervous about not knowing everything you need to know. But I'm getting you here having like a boss or a supervisor or a manager who is very good at teaching, who is willing to have patience and allow you to make mistakes and use your mistakes as teaching moments, that doesn't judge you. Okay. I'm getting whatever your intuition is leading you towards to bring you in this Ten of Cups energy is going to be successful in a way that you weren't even realizing that it could be. Okay. It's very like breath of fresh air. Okay. Let's pull from, let's see what's up with this detoxify. Yeah, okay, expect the unexpected. Okay, so we're getting here specifically with this Empress and this angel of visions and this detoxify, this whole theme about you basically like healing these different aspects about yourself and releasing these limiting beliefs about what you're able to accomplish, detoxifying your energy and bringing in this financial freedom for you. I'm getting here specifically that you feel like you need all this healing, that technically it's like I'm getting someone feeling like they need to start at levels or 0% to successfully heal. But I'm getting someone healing a lot faster and bringing in and manifesting a lot quicker than they realize. It's like being farther along than you think. It's like you feeling like you have to start at 0%, but you actually started at 50%, or you actually started at 75%. And then because you started off with all this percentage, now you're at freaking 105%. And with this expect the unexpected, I'm getting here you calling in more than you even expected. It's like I'm getting like a tsunami of blessings, like a tsunami of a spacious. Well, how do you, what a spacious opportunities? Like I'm getting someone coming into opportunities, like things falling on their lap that they could have never even imagined. All right, what's up with this angel of abundance here? With this angel of beauty, this angel of beauty bringing in this abundance for you. All right, we have secrets. Yes, I'm getting here specifically that the divine is keeping a very big surprise or secret from you when it comes to this abundance that you're calling in for yourself. Like I'm getting here specifically that the divine in your higher self is actually talking to you a lot in your meditative state, talking to you a lot in like your dream state, talking to you a lot just like all throughout the day. All right, you're not really being able to in that moment dissect what the divine is trying to tell you about your future, what your intuition is trying to relate to you about going where it leads you to go, talking to the people it tells you to talk to, because you're going to be in the right place at the right time. You're going to apply for something that you didn't necessarily think you were qualified for. All right, and now you're around these people who mesh so well with who you are at the core. It's like a secret, but I'm telling you, okay, it's like a secret. Like, look, things are going to pan out a lot better than you expected to. All right, let's get some cards from our Celtic deck. What's up with this what's up with this Lord of success when it comes to this angel of knowledge, this 10 of cups, and this initiation, and it being more successful than you can imagine. All right, let's get some energy from the Celtic deck. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles, Lord of Prudence. I'm getting here specifically, there won't be any more turning pennies into dollars. But I'm getting here the divine is saying too, man, that, that's not energy that people want to be in. Nobody wants to make penny stretch. Everybody wants to be able to get up, go to the grocery store, get up, go buy something, move how you want to move. Okay? When I'm getting here, somebody is actually comfortable in that energy. I'm getting here specifically that even though you say you don't want that for yourself forever, you're comfortable in that energy. It's predictable. Okay? It feels like you may not realize it, right? But you feel more in control in that energy. Even if you are short, for some reason, somehow your shadow, these shadowy aspects of yourself is comfortable with that because it's more predictable. It's the abundance that we get afraid of because we don't know what to do next with it. It's the abundance that we're afraid of because at the end of the day, we've never experienced it. So some of us are afraid someone might come and take it. All right. Some of us are afraid that it won't last. Okay. So becoming comfortable in just not having enough is very possible on a subconscious level. Okay. Let's see what's up with this angel. I mean this expect the unexpected energy. We have the Hierophant. Yes. I'm getting someone like I'm getting someone needing to appreciate the time that the divine gives you to yourself right now. You really got to get comfortable with that energy because it's going to lead you exactly where you need to be. Stop feeling like, because I'm getting here somebody feeling like, well, I don't have it monetarily. So if I don't have it monetarily and then I get rid of the people around us distracting me from what I don't have as far as monetary things, money, then it's like I'm getting this subconscious feeling of being even more at lack. Like I'm getting here someone feeling more abundant than they are because they have a lot of people around and not accepting the fact that you're not supposed to be around 1 billion people in every season of your life. You're just not. There are some seasons where you need to be by yourself, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're even more at lack than you were before because you don't have the people to drink with on the weekends. You don't have the people to smoke with on the weekends to distract your mind from your higher self on these ideas that they're putting into your dream state because you blacked out because you've been drinking, because you blacked out because you've been, huffing and puffing too much. All right. And now your intuition is cloudy because you don't want to focus on your state in that current state. Listen to your intuition and move when your intuition tells you to move, picking up hobbies that the divine or your intuition is leading you towards. Okay. Leading you towards certain hurts and wounds that you need to heal in order to manifest, what you want for yourself in the future. I'm getting here someone needing to be accepting of being by themselves. When you don't have a lot, you shouldn't be around a lot of people because obviously your focus is off. And the divine is trying to speak to you through your intuition and tell you what to do next to get out of this energy where you don't have exactly, what you would want to have monetarily to feel comfortable. Don't distract yourself, okay? I'm getting that big time. Somebody feeling like they need to do all these things to, feel fulfilled in some sort of way. I'm getting here. Take some time to yourself for a minute. You need it. All right. What's up with this angel of secrets? All right. We have the Lord of illusionary success. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's like the divine still wants me on this other topic. I'm getting here somebody feeling it's like this person feels like the angel of beauty is around them a lot more because of their physical beauty. Just because you're physically beauty doesn't mean physically beauty. Just because you're physically beautiful doesn't mean that spiritually inside you are where you're supposed to be. Doesn't And honestly, just because you're physically beautiful doesn't mean that you're calling in physically beautiful and spiritually beautiful things through your intuition, through how we naturally manifest on a daily basis. So don't mistake your physical beautiness for your spiritual. Why I keep saying beautiness? Don't mistake your physical beauty with your spiritual beauty. Okay? Do not get it confused. All right? You need both to manifest healthy situations into your life. All right? I'm going to go ahead and close this out. All right? If you like this message, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Send this message to somebody who needs to hear it. Okay? Push these messages out to the algorithm. The other orchids need to know that there's a place for them. If they don't know, it's because we didn't tell them. All right? Like I said in our last couple videos, personal readings will be available August 19th, 2026. So stay tuned. If you like this message, stick around for the next one. Adios.